France's far-right leader Marine Le Pen has faced a major legal setback that hits the brakes on her political career. A court has barred Le Pen from standing for public office for 5 years after finding her guilty of embezzling public funds over a fake job scam at the European Parliament. The court specified that the sanction should come into force with immediate effect, even if an appeal is lodged. The ruling throws into doubt her bid to stand for president in 2027 elections, despite being a front-runner in opinion polls. Further, she has been sentenced to 4 years in prison, which is to be served with electronic tag. Le Pen left the Paris court before the full sentencing was even read out. National Rally leader Jordan Bardella, who arrived at the party's headquarters to meet Le Pen, reacted to the ruling in a social media post. He said the French democracy has been executed with what he called an unjust verdict. Le Pen, the RN and 8 others were found guilty of diverting European Parliament funds to pay France-based party staff. The defendants were not accused of pocketing the money, but rather of using EU funds to benefit their party. The judge said in his ruling that it is established that the defendants were actually working for their party, that their EU lawmakers had not given them any tasks. The ruling referred to the investigation, stating that it showed that there were no administrative errors, but embezzlement within the framework of system put in place to reduce the party's costs. Russia slammed the ruling, with Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov saying it showed that more and more European countries are going down the path of violating democratic norms. Ross Cullen is our correspondent in France. He's now joining us live from Paris. Ross Cullen, good to see you. A lot of developments have happened in the last few hours. We understand that Le Pen's lawyer has said that they are going to appeal this verdict, and he also said that the ruling is a problem to democracy in France.
Yeah, that's right. There's going to be an appeal by the legal team for Marine Le Pen against this sentence and verdict. There could be a new trial, in fact, but that wouldn't take place until 2026. The presidential election is slated for 2027. Now, there is no guarantee that if she were to have a new trial that the sentencing could be any different, but that is the hope of the legal team, to be able to launch an appeal against this. But as it stands, she's been barred from running for public office for 5 years. That would be effective immediately, so until 2030. She's also been fined more than $100,000 and sentenced to 4 years in jail, 2 of which are suspended, 2 of which are to be served wearing an electronic tag. A major moment for French domestic politics with this ruling against Marine Le Pen. And we are outside her party political headquarters here in Paris. We are expecting her to speak at some point today. There's been no public pronouncement from her yet, or from her party president, 29-year-old Jordan Bardella. And his name is important because if that ruling is upheld and she is not allowed to stand in the 2027 presidential election, it's very likely that he would then be running in her place.
Ross Cullen, they've been held up in that meeting for a very long time now. Do we have any communication from her team or her party, apart from Jordan Bardella, who gave out a statement earlier ago? And do we expect any statement from her party?
Yes, that meeting has been taking place now for several hours. In fact, she was in court to hear the verdict, but she left court this morning before the sentencing was read out, that sentencing of a custodial sentence and a fine, and being barred from public office. So that crisis meeting, obviously trying to react to this major moment for her party, for the hard right party, which is the biggest party in the French National Assembly with more than 140 MPs. However, it is in opposition, so they're trying to come up with a response, with a strategy in more detail than just announcing that they will be making an appeal against that sentencing. But we are expecting at some point some kind of public statement from Marine Le Pen or from Jordan Bardella.
All right, Ross Cullen is our correspondent in France. He is live in Paris. Ross Cullen, keep your eyes out. Thank you for talking to us today. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.